Hello, my dear listeners. In this video today, I will be analyzing the situation how the Canada can be annexed by the U.S. I will take the scenario. Let's say I am like receiving the order to organize this, like, and I'm sitting with the think tanks of the CIA, like with the bad guys, and I'm trying to plan this. And I'm doing this not because like I'm for it, but I just to see if we see signs and how those things can be done and how I would be doing it if I wanna like I would be like American president and I wanted to annex Canada. So first I will be bringing the crisis into the country, and this is the coming tariffs, which is Donald Trump confirmed his inauguration speech that he will definitely bring them. So those tariffs going to be bring the big crisis into the country, and let's listen how that's going to affect us in Canada.
Thanks so much for being with us. So what will be the impact if, in fact, there is a 25% tariff slapped on goods in our manufacturing sector?
Well, when you think about it, about two-thirds of everything we sell to the U.S. are manufactured goods, and it's about half of our output, about $1 billion a day. So there's a huge impact immediately will be on, obviously, on American supply chains, because, of course, Canada supplies mostly parts and ingredients into the North American, that whole North American manufacturing system that's been set up over the past 30 years. So there'll be an immediate impact. But what we've heard from our members already is we've talked to them, even without these being imposed, they've already started to slow down investment. They started to freeze hiring because they don't know what the long-term effects are. A very small number of companies would be able to absorb that 25% tariff that would be imposed in order to continue to sell to their U.S. partners.
Okay, so we can easily say that if the Canada loses the U.S. market, it's going to be detrimental on top of the current weak economy, a housing bubble, low dollar, growing debt, and political crisis. This is a cocktail that will definitely bring the standards of living of many people in Canada to a much lower level that we already have today, and it's going to bring inflation. And this is the internal problems that we have to resolve. And on top of that, the Canadians are like, there is a lots of corruption in the government that we have to deal with in the federal on the federal level, and also when we get to the federal level, it's on a provincial level. So once we have the crisis going on, then you can start by looking for the people who are in Canada who are in support joining the US, and there you come Alberta. Okay, so that's the province I think that could benefit, or where you will have most of the people that could be interested in something like that.
Here it is with the equalization payments. As you see, Eastern Canada, where all the money goes, Ontario, Quebec takes a huge chunk. But get this, Eastern part of Canada holds all the votes, controls the country, while Western Canada gets, basically, I'm going to say it, fucked. And Albertans are sick of it, and Daniel Smith has done a great job of setting things up. And if it comes down to it, I really do believe Alberta could become the 51st state, which will destroy the rest of Canada. And we're going to get into that pretty.
Okay, so you see, so, and I agree with that, because it's, if Alberta becomes the 51st state and they could sell the oil and keep all the money, there is no transfers, I will definitely do very favorable condition, and I will protect them and support them, like if America give all the support for the first province who will be most easy to join the United States. That will be the second stage of the annexation, and then it's the provinces who are most difficult to annex. It will take maybe several years to do this, but then you will have to tackle the provincial governments and put the right people who will support this idea into the place, and which is of course will be possible to do, because if the country separates, there is going to be crisis upon a crisis, and those socialistic governments that we have right now, they are unprepared and incompetent to deal. They even manage, mismanagement in the good times brings bad condition, but in the bad times it's very fast becomes unbearable. So that's how in growth, that's how possibly if we see things like this unfold, and there is no, like Donald Trump said, I will use the economic force. So the economic force is, if it's going to be beneficial for Alberto join the United States, then it goes, and eventually all the opposition on the east that we have, this most difficult will be Quebec. But if you make the life here is very difficult, the economic ties of Quebec with the rest, with all the other provinces and United States, it's very tight. So eventually you will have lots of support of doing so, and that will could be done in the future. So that's what I would like to share with you. It's not that I'm in support of that, but that's what could happen. Thank you for watching, and please comment and